Are Robyn and Kody still together? 2025 Sister Wives Update. Yes, Robyn and Kody Brown are still together as of 2025. Get the latest on their monogamous marriage, their 5 kids, and life after the other wives left. Updated August 23, 2025, 2:41 p.m. By Kausalya Chinna Durayar. Robyn and Kody still together from Sister Wives? Yes, Robyn and Kody Brown are still together, at least as of mid-2025, making them the last couple standing from what used to be one of TLC's most infamous plural marriages. But like any tabloid-worthy reality relationship, it's not all bliss and banquets anymore. They're officially monogamous, after Meri, Janelle, and Christine left and the dream of polygamy shriveled up like leftover birthday cake. Robyn and Kody at the concert, was it smooth sailing? Absolutely not. At times it seemed like they were about as sturdy as a dollar store umbrella in a wind tunnel. In season 19, viewers watched Robyn get openly frustrated with Kody, who was still moping about his lost plural lifestyle and 3 spiritual divorces. She sighed, she eye-rolled, she vented. It felt real, awkwardly, painfully, real. And yet, when the cameras turned off, Kody and Robyn were spotted together in Idaho Falls, all smiles and casual PDA, looking happier than a pair of newlyweds at the state fair. Of course, the reality TV rumor mill loves to rev up for Robyn and Kody. One Reddit user even joked, "How many times do you think Kody threatens to move to Cancun before breakfast?" But when they were seen recently out and about, they seemed pretty content. Robyn's not eyeing polygamy anytime soon, but you can always expect a wistful, slightly bonkers hope that it might one day make a comeback in her life. For now, though, it's just Kody and Robyn, awkward, complicated, yet together. How many kids do Kody and Robyn have? Kody and Robyn have 5 kids together. 3 are Robyn's from her previous marriage to David Jessup, Dayton, Aurora, and Breanna, whom Kody adopted after marrying Robyn. Then Solomon, born 2011, and Ariella, born 2016, arrived, adding to the TLC-fueled chaos. Their mini-family isn't small, it's a little odd, maybe, but it works for them. Here's their small but mighty crew. Dayton, Robyn's eldest, college grad, business analytics enthusiast. Aurora, middle daughter, subject of absolutely wild online rumors. Breanna, youngest from Robyn's prior marriage, not so loved by some fans due to bunk bed drama. Solomon, Robyn and Kody's son, master of Legos and occasional Instagram celebrity. Ariella, the baby of the bunch, the internet's favorite pacifier user and the 18th, and likely final, brown kid. The family isn't picture perfect. Take the infamous heated debate on whether Ariella was too old for a pacifier, a minor scandal that had Twitter parenting experts clutching their pearls in pure outrage. You'd think Ariella had set fire to the RV. But real life with this crew, if anything, is ordinary in its own quirky way. Robyn sometimes posts about the small sweetness of holding hands, deeply proud but also visibly exasperated when family drama spills into public view. There is one adorable anecdote from Robyn's Instagram, a photo of Solomon holding Ariella's hand, hashtagged, "I love being a mom." It's the little moments, even amid the whirlwind. Life beyond the plural fam, monogamy and fallout. Meri, Janelle, and Christine are out. Robyn is it, the only named spouse left on Kody's roster. The relationships with the ex-wives are, let's call it, totally estranged. Robyn tried staying in touch, but eventually just gave up. Now, she's not chumming around with any of the former sister wives. Christine hasn't spoken to Robyn in years. Meri's gone off on her own adventure. Janelle, ever the diplomat, says she never really had much of a relationship with Robyn and is content leaving it that way. Robyn herself described feeling like the idiot that got left behind, a sentiment that honestly feels at once self-deprecating and raw. Kody? He seems to bounce between melancholy and relief, relieved that the fights are over, sad that a big polygamous team dream has gone bust. Robyn, meanwhile, is out here defending her marriage, taking flack from all corners, and, if fan reports are true, mostly just trying to keep the weirdness at bay. Would they ever revisit polygamy? Kody says, nope. Robyn sometimes makes noises about wanting a big plural family again, but it's probably more of a wish than a plan these days. What's next for Kody and Robyn? Honestly, who knows? For all the drama, they're still together. Will it last? Maybe, but you wouldn't catch me betting my savings on it. If Sister Wives gets renewed, I'd wager we'll see both bickering and gooey moments. Maybe more hand-holding Instagram posts, maybe a few public spats over how many times Kody can complain about lost dreams in 1 week. If you ever run into them at a grocery store, which apparently happens more than you'd expect in Idaho Falls, keep your eyes peeled for reality TV's most enduring not-quite-royal couple, still living their lives, awkward, complex, and definitely not boring. Really caught fans' attention, though, were recent photos of both Kody and Robyn wearing cross necklaces. At first glance, this might not seem like much, but to those familiar with their religious background, it raised questions. Mormons, more especially members of the LDS Church, have always avoided wearing crosses. Usually, the alive Christ is highlighted instead of his crucifixion. It's still unusual to see devoted members wearing one so publicly, even though there have been recent claims that the LDS has loosened its position on the emblem. Because of this, there has been conjecture that the couple may be shifting toward mainstream Christianity based on their new jewelry selection. Many followers saw the cross necklaces as more than simply a fashion piece. They might be an indication of a more profound spiritual shift. Have Kody and Robyn converted? The Browns haven't made any public announcements about their religious change, but their use of crosses has sparked discussions online. Some people interpret it as a sign that they have welcomed a new phase in both their spiritual and family lives. Others think it's just an exaggerated fashion statement. In any case, the fact that Kody and Robyn are wearing crosses has sparked interest in whether the couple, who were formerly joined by multiple marriage in Mormon doctrine, are secretly rewriting their own history, this time under a different religion. The story of Sister Wives has long captured public attention because it represents a unique intersection of family life, religion, culture, and law. Since the show first premiered on TLC in 2010, audiences have been introduced to the Brown family. Led by Kody Brown and his plural marriage to 4 wives, Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn. Over the years, the dynamics of the family changed, relationships evolved, and public interest intensified. While the show initially promised viewers an inside look into the daily life of a polygamous family, it soon became much more than that. Audiences followed emotional struggles, separations, reconciliations, financial hardships, and legal questions. This news script will walk through the developments chronologically and objectively, keeping the focus on facts, events, and their implications. When TLC launched Sister Wives in 2010, the network introduced a new form of reality television, one that blended documentary-style storytelling with the drama of family life. Kody Brown, who lived in Lehi, Utah, at the time, presented his life with 3 wives, Meri, Janelle, and Christine. The series began with the family preparing to introduce a 4th wife, Robyn, into the household. The family explained that their decision to practice plural marriage stemmed from their religious beliefs as members of a fundamentalist sect of Mormonism. They emphasized that their lifestyle was based on faith, commitment, and spiritual principles rather than sensationalism. In the early episodes, audiences saw a large family trying to function under one roof. The Browns lived together in Utah, raising many children and balancing complicated schedules. Kody was portrayed as an energetic, charismatic figure, while each wife had distinct personalities and challenges. Meri was the first wife, legally married to Kody at the time, and often seen as a stabilizing figure. Janelle, the second wife, took a practical and business-minded approach to family life. Christine, the third wife, expressed joy in raising children but also displayed emotional struggles. Robyn, the 4th wife, entered later, bringing both excitement and tension to the family. As soon as the series gained national attention, law enforcement authorities in Utah began to investigate the Brown family for possible violations of the state's anti-polygamy laws. At the time, Polygamy was a third-degree felony under Utah law, punishable by prison time and fines. The Browns insisted that they were not committing a crime, since Kody was only legally married to Meri. His relationships with Janelle, Christine, and Robyn were considered spiritual unions, not legal marriages. Nevertheless, the mere act of cohabitation and public declaration of plural marriage raised legal risks. Fearing prosecution, the Browns eventually moved from Utah to Las Vegas, Nevada, in 2011. This relocation was documented in the series and marked one of the earliest major turning points in the family's story. The move not only protected them from immediate legal scrutiny but also gave TLC more dramatic material to showcase, a family uprooting their lives to defend their beliefs and maintain stability. During their years in Las Vegas, the Browns purchased 4 neighboring homes, allowing each wife to have her own household while maintaining close proximity to one another. This arrangement brought new dynamics. For the first time, each wife had her own space, and the children enjoyed more privacy. However, separation into different houses also revealed cracks in the family's unity. Jealousies and insecurities became more visible. Christine often admitted to feeling neglected. Meri struggled with fertility issues and an emotional distance from Kody. Janelle threw herself into her career to support the household financially. Robyn, as the newest wife, faced scrutiny but also gained Kody's increasing attention. Despite the challenges, the Browns expanded their public profile. They launched businesses, wrote a book, and appeared in interviews to defend their lifestyle. They positioned themselves as advocates for decriminalizing polygamy, arguing that consenting adults should be free to choose their family structure. Over time, the family's unity weakened. Meri and Kody's relationship became strained, particularly after a 2015 catfishing scandal, in which Meri engaged in an online emotional relationship with someone she believed was a man but turned out to be a woman posing under a false identity. This incident drew widespread media attention and became a central storyline on the show. Around the same time, Kody legally divorced Meri in order to marry Robyn, which allowed him to adopt her children from a previous marriage. While Kody and Meri remained spiritually married, the decision created deep emotional wounds and fueled speculation about favoritism within the family. Christine, too, began to express dissatisfaction with her marriage to Kody. She openly admitted that she did not feel like an equal partner and often clashed with both Kody and Robyn. Janelle, typically pragmatic, kept her focus on raising her children and building financial security, but even she acknowledged the growing disconnect. Throughout these years, the Browns attempted various business ventures, from jewelry sales under the brand My Sister Wife's Closet to real estate investments. These ventures had mixed results. The jewelry business was heavily promoted on the show but eventually stalled, leading to financial strain. At the same time, the family dealt with the financial pressures of raising many children, paying multiple mortgages, and covering living expenses. Tensions grew around money, with viewers often questioning whether Kody's leadership was effective or whether the wives were carrying disproportionate burdens. Despite setbacks, the family maintained their public presence. They continued to advocate for legal reforms, appearing at rallies and participating in lawsuits challenging Utah's anti-polygamy laws. Their case, Brown v. Bowman, resulted in a temporary ruling that decriminalized cohabitation, but the decision was later overturned. In 2018, the Browns made another major move, relocating to Flagstaff, Arizona. The move was framed as an opportunity for a fresh start, but it also introduced new challenges. The family purchased a large piece of land with the goal of eventually building homes for each wife. However, financial constraints and disagreements over how to develop the property created friction. The relocation scattered the family more than ever before. Each wife lived in separate rental homes across Flagstaff, increasing the physical and emotional distance between them. The children struggled with adjusting to new schools and environments. Meanwhile, the show continued to portray the growing divides. Kody expressed frustration at the wives' lack of unity, while the wives criticized his leadership and favoritism toward Robyn. In 2021, Christine Brown announced that she was leaving Kody after more than 25 years of marriage. This marked a historic moment for the show and for the family's public narrative. Christine stated that she could no longer remain in a marriage where she felt unloved and undervalued. Her decision was documented in detail, showing tearful conversations, emotional confessions, and the logistical challenges of separation. Christine eventually moved back to Utah with her children, marking the first official breakup of Kody's Plural marriage. The reaction from fans was significant. Many viewers sympathized with Christine, praising her courage to leave and build a new life. Others speculated about how her departure would affect the family's finances, legal status, and future seasons of the show. Since its premiere in 2010, Sister Wives has provided television audiences with a rare window into the complexities of plural marriage in modern America. The Brown family, led by patriarch Kody Brown, allowed cameras to follow their daily routines, emotional struggles, and personal triumphs. At the heart of the show were his 4 wives, Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn, each with distinct personalities, aspirations, and challenges. From the beginning, the series balanced 2 central themes: the attempt of a large family to maintain unity amid unique circumstances, and the broader legal, cultural, and religious questions surrounding polygamy. What began as a reality show quickly developed into a subject of national discussion, with debates about family values, legal boundaries, and social acceptance taking center stage. Kody Brown, born in Wyoming, came from a background that shaped his belief in plural marriage. His first legal marriage was to Meri in 1990. Shortly thereafter, Janelle joined the family as his second wife in 1993, followed by Christine in 1994. For many years, the family lived together in Utah, raising a growing number of children. In 2010, just as the series began, Robyn became the 4th wife. She brought 3 children from a previous relationship, and her integration into the family altered dynamics almost immediately. Kody eventually divorced Meri in 2014, legally marrying Robyn so that he could adopt her children, though he and Meri continued to describe their bond as a spiritual marriage. The inclusion of Robyn in the household was a significant moment, not only for the family but also for the viewers. For some, it represented growth and renewed commitment to their faith. For others, it raised questions about jealousy, fairness, and emotional balance within the household. Soon after the show aired, legal attention in Utah escalated. Utah's strict anti-polygamy laws placed the family under investigation. Fearing prosecution, the Browns relocated to Las Vegas, Nevada, in 2011. This decision marked the first major upheaval in the show. In Las Vegas, the family settled into 4 adjacent houses in a cul-de-sac, an arrangement that symbolized both unity and individuality. Each wife gained her own household, while still remaining part of a shared community. The children adjusted to new schools and environments, while the parents pursued new business ventures. The Las Vegas years were often described by fans as the most stable period for the Browns. Yet even in that relative stability, fractures appeared. Christine spoke openly about jealousy, Meri struggled with infertility, and Janelle balanced financial responsibilities with parenting. Robyn navigated her role as both the newest wife and, increasingly, the wife receiving the most visible attention from Kody. Meri's 2015 catfishing scandal became a turning point in the family's public narrative. Believing she was developing an online connection with a man, Meri later discovered she had been deceived by a woman using a false identity. The fallout strained her relationship with Kody further and deepened the emotional distance that had already been growing. Christine also voiced dissatisfaction. While she valued her role as a mother, she expressed loneliness and a lack of fulfillment in her marriage. Her eventual decision years later to leave the family would not surprise those who had followed her journey. Janelle, ever pragmatic, focused on work and financial contributions. Her relationship with Kody was often described as more of a partnership than a romance, yet it was characterized by mutual respect. Robyn, meanwhile, developed into a figure of both compassion and controversy. Many viewers saw her as the most emotionally expressive of the wives, willing to cry openly during discussions. Others believed she received special treatment from Kody, creating friction within the family. The Browns attempted various business ventures, including the jewelry line My Sister Wife's Closet. While initially promising, the business ultimately struggled and fell into inactivity. Fans speculated about poor management, lack of focus, or the sheer difficulty of sustaining a family brand. In addition to entrepreneurial efforts, the Browns relied heavily on income from the TLC series. The costs of maintaining multiple households, supporting numerous children, and paying mortgages created ongoing financial pressure. These financial realities often played out in the show, where discussions of money intertwined with conversations about loyalty, fairness, and future planning. In 2018, the Browns relocated once more, this time to Flagstaff, Arizona. The move was presented as a chance for a fresh start, away from the busy city life of Las Vegas. The family purchased a large plot of land with the intent to build multiple homes. However, this dream sank. Is a new woman joining the Sister Wives franchise? Patriarch Kody Brown spills the Brown family returns for season 20 of Sister Wives, and it seems that Patriarch Kody Brown is dancing with the idea of adding a new woman. After ending his plural marriages to his exes, Christine, Janelle, and Meri Brown, Kody is left with his sole wife, Robyn. But it remains to be seen how long Robyn will remain as his only spouse. The season premieres on September 28, 2025, and highlights the family navigating the separation while facing major turning points. TLC aired the trailer for the upcoming installment on Thursday, unveiling an explosive and sentimental chapter for the large family.